Hey folks, Todd here. Today we're going to install the BAKFlip MX4 TS from RealTruck on this Ford F-150. The tools we'll be using for this installation are a ratchet with a 1/2-inch socket, scissors, and a Phillips head screwdriver. Okay, so starting off, we're going to first install our bulkhead seal. It's going to go right across the bulkhead as far back away from the cab as possible. We want to go from one bed cap all the way, cut it into the other bed cap. I've already gone ahead and wiped down this surface with rubbing alcohol. You want to do that first, get a nice surface to adhere to. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the tape off of here. And what I like to do first is peel off a few inches of the protective backing. I'll bring this all the way up to the bed cap. And now we can go ahead and start peeling away. All right, and bring it down and set it down on top of the bulkhead. Be careful not to stretch this while you're going. And when we get to the other side, go ahead and use some scissors and cut it into place. Push down, bear down nicely and get good adhesion. And then we can go ahead and move to the side rail. Okay, so here is our driver's side rail. A couple things I want to point out. We've got the T-slot that runs right along here. This flange is going to lay on top of the bed cap. And then your prop rod is going to face to the inside of the bed, and up here towards the front we've got our drain cup. Now we've also got some packing material. We're just going to go ahead and discard that to expose our drain spout. So let me show you the orientation, how this is going to go on. What we're going to do is we're going to route that drain spout to go between the bed liner and the bed because it's a waterproof material. So any kind of rainwater that runs through here is just going to go through the natural weep holes in the bed of the truck. If you got something else like no liner or a drop-in liner or just a spray-in liner, you can attach the drain tube and then route that out either through a kick out down the bottom. There's typically going to be a kick out up at the top. We're going to go ahead and pull that off because we're not going to need it for this one. Now, if I rotate this up, you'll notice that on the inside of here, we've got a channel that runs the entire length of the rail. That channel is designed for the clamp system. So let me show you the clamp system. This is your clamp as it comes out of the box. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take this apart to show you how this works. Set the bolt and washer to the side. This main part is what we're going to focus on. So this part that's threaded, we're also going to set that to the side, come back to it later. Now, this one has got the large oval hole in it. That's what we're going to focus on now. The top of the clamp has a shape that's going to fit perfectly inside that channel. So if I take and move our prop rod out of the way, you'll notice that this clamp can slide up into that channel. We're going to push it and then snap it into place. Right? Now I can slide it back and forth and adjust it anywhere along that channel that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and set this back down up against the bed cap. I'm going to take and put one clamp up towards the front and one clamp is going to go towards the rear on the tailgate side. Next, what we want to do is reach up into the bed cap. We want to reach up and make sure there's no obstructions in that bed cap coming down that would block the other side of the clamp going up in there. And now I'm going to go ahead and start with a center and work front and then back. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the inside portion of the clamp. It's going to slide up into the bed cap, just like so. And we're going to go ahead and run the bolt back through the clamp, line it back up, and we're going to put that together hand tight for right now. All right, now when you look at the clamp, this clamp is going to have two notches. We want this to rest into the bottom notch. Then we're going to take a 1/2-inch wrench or ratchet, go ahead and tighten that down. We're going to tighten it to 10 foot-pounds. All of these clamps will go to 10 foot-pounds. All right, we can set the prop rod back out of the way. Now we're going to go ahead and move to the front clamp location. Do the exact same process. All right, and the exact same thing at the rear. All right, repeat the same process for the rail on the opposite side. Okay, so this is how the cover is going to come out of the box. Now, I want to point your attention first to our slam latches. It's got the strap attached to it. If you grab that panel and you pull it up, you're going to have your header panel that's right inside here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull packing material away and fold this out. Now, what you're going to notice, we've got a little channel that's right here. We've got a piece of tape that's here and a piece of tape that's here. So first thing I'm going to do is peel away my tape here in the top of the cover. Fold that back and peel away this tape. Same thing, we got 2 more holes. So what we're going to see, we've got a clip receiver that's going to install right here. Before we just attach that, we're going to get this seal out of our kit and peel one of these off. All right, once that's peeled off, we're going to line it up to our buckle and then just stick it in place. Now what we can do is we've got a couple of threaded inserts that go into the holes from the bottom. We're going to use our fingers and hold those in place. Rotate this over. All right, now we're going to take our clip receiver. We're going to take the 2 provided Phillips head screws and line them up. I like to get them both lined up before I tighten either one of them down. Make sure the opening is facing towards the clip. Use a Phillips head screwdriver and snug those up. You don't need to over tighten them, just get them nice and snug. All right, now we're going to go ahead and fold this back again. This is our cover retaining clamp. So what we're going to do is take and loosen up the cover retaining clamp. If I push up on it, we're going to see a bolt pop up. Now this is a carriage bolt. And the carriage bolt, the square head of the carriage bolt is going to be trapped right inside of here. So we're going to slide this in place and then just kind of snug it down temporarily. This is just to hold it in place while we set it up on top of the rails. Go ahead and repeat the same process on the opposite side of the cover. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and take our cover, set it on top of our rails. Now you'll probably hear it click into place. We're going to let this drop over top of our bulkhead. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this back. I'm just going to kind of snug it forward just where it hits the bulkhead. And one panel at a time, I'm going to go ahead and start folding this back towards the tailgate, centering each panel as I go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and check tailgate engagement. So we'll lift this up off the rails, close the tailgate, and make sure we've got seal touching the tailgate. And that looks good, and it's nice and straight and even. So now we can go ahead and open the tailgate and very slowly fold the cover towards the cab. Make sure we don't shift it out of position. Then we can go underneath and tighten it from the bottom. Okay, now that we've got everything lined up exactly where we want it, we're up underneath on the driver's side. Here is our cover retaining clamp. What I'm going to do is loosen that up. So I'm going to go ahead and run that over to where it captures the rail. Spin that down and just get it nice and snug. You don't need to over tighten it. Repeat the same process on the opposite side. All right, now we're going to go ahead and fold the cover up towards the cab. I want you to pay attention where the cover would contact the cab. So we're going to come back right along this part of the frame. We're going to be attaching our rubber bumpers. So the first place I'm going to put one is right in the center because it would be making contact there. So go ahead and pull back the adhesive protector. All right, we're going to go right to the top edge to get it nice and centered. Let it rock forward, and there we go. We've got a nice buffer. Next, I'm going to put one right here. Again, all the way up to that top edge. There we go. And over here, I'm going to set one right in this location. Again, up at the top edge. I'm also going to be careful not to cover up my serial number. And there we go. Well, it's just that simple, and that concludes the installation.